Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to this week's Blender Challenge. We are going to create a friendly zombie. Our register question today was to invent the name of a zombie who is a good guy in a game rather than a bad guy. So we've started with an animation. I'll show you how you can get these. And then your job is to try and make a zombie wave. So you can see I've got it here where the hand is kind of crooked round, all twisted in the wrong way, but it is nevertheless waving. So we're not going to model this ourselves, but we're going to adapt something that's out there already. We'll start in Blender. We'll get rid of the cube by pressing X, and we'll get our model from Mixamo. Mixamo lets you get some Creative Commons characters and some skeletal animation. You can search for any character. It doesn't have to be a zombie. If you don't like zombies, feel free to use something else. Say, for example, the boss. And then you can apply any animation to your character. Now, you're probably going to need an account. It's a free account. Make an account. Use your school email for it. It'll be fine. And then apply any animation. Doesn't really matter what you go for, as long as it's not a wave, because we're going to do a wave ourselves. There we go. And then download it. You will then get an FBX animation, which you can import into Blender. There we go, it's downloading. We've got 6 megabytes worth. Then in Blender, we can import it. We can't open it because it's not a Blender file, but we can import it, and it's an FBX file. If you go to your downloads, you should be able to see that file that you've downloaded, and here it is. Now, the textures don't look like they've worked because we're in solid mode at the moment, but if you go to viewport shading, you will see those textures. Ignore the weird things poking out all over the place. We'll talk through those in a mo. But you should notice that when you press play, the animation has imported as well, or at least part of it has. And you can play it forwards and you can play it backwards. Right. I don't really care what you've got on at the moment because I want you to make your character, maybe your zombie, to wave. And here's how we do it. First of all, what are these weird blob things sticking out? This is the skeleton that we use to animate it. So I want to see a bit more of it, first of all. So we click on the skeleton, the armature properties. And in viewport display, I'm going to go in front so you can see the skeleton. I don't really like the octahedral. I think stick is probably easiest, or possibly wire. So that you can see the bones without them taking up too much space. You can show the names of each bone if you're interested, but I think just as this looks, works quite well. When you've got that, you can click on any of these bones and go into pose mode. Then if you select any of the bones and R to rotate, you can move the model and just kind of crook his neck or something like that. But bear in mind, when you do that, and you move on to a different keyframe on the timeline, it will lose all of that. Unless you put a keyframe in yourself. Now, there's two ways to do this. The way I've shown you in the past is to move along your timeline, press R or G to make it move, and then press I. But that will only insert a keyframe for the bone that you are currently selecting. And you've got to do that individually for all of them. So instead, today, we'll do it automatically. We'll move along the timeline. We'll turn on the record thing, and that automatically puts in a keyframe for you, which makes it so much easier. So I'm going to try and make my person move. I'm just clicking on a bone and press I. And that's why I chose a zombie to begin with, because it doesn't really matter about the anatomy if it doesn't look quite right. You can press R, Z, or Y, or X to rotate around any axis if you want to be precise. Or you just have fun and play around with whatever you can. I'm going to try and rotate the wrist. Let's see. And if you press like RX twice, it will rotate around the global axis or the local axis. So let's see. What do I want to actually do? Oh, there we go. RY twice to twizzle around. That looks rather painful. But hopefully, there we go. It's going to wave. Nice. So it automatically remembers any changes. I'm going to move along in time. I'm going to press R to wiggle, R to wiggle, move along in time, R to wiggle, R to wiggle. And you might occasionally want to move the head, otherwise it looks a bit too static, and move the other limbs as well, otherwise it looks a bit weird. Maybe move the body every now and then. Doesn't look very natural, but we don't really care at the moment because we've got our animation. So we should moonwalk backwards and wave. Okay, your challenge is to try and make a zombie wave in a friendly a way as possible. Let's go.